Good evening, and another one bites the dust.
Another provincial election candidate has been removed from the ballot, and for the third time in a week, it's over comments made on social media in the past.
This time, it's Progressive Conservative candidate for Dartmouth South, CRNOGORAC. The party says she made multiple tweets they call concerning, but they say this one, where she laughs at roofies being called women's Viagra, is the one that crossed the line. Another tweet jokes about how no white people were nominated at the Black Entertainment Awards.
As for CRNOGORAC, she's apologizing and calling out her party for holding her to an unfair standard.
It wasn't meant to be malicious or racist. Those jokes maybe should not have been made, and I apologize for that. And, I just think I've been held to a higher standard, that I was not defended at all by my party. It just proves to me that, they say they want to, support women and run in the campaign and support women in politics. The only thing I've seen is they actually let women run, and that's it. There's no support.
Now, PC leader Baillie is rejecting that assertion from CRNOGORAC. He says he decided to drop her because her comments go against what his party stands for.
I'm not just a leader, I'm the father of 2 teenage daughters. I'm trying to show them that we cannot make light of rape culture, that we have to respect people of all races, religions, creeds, sexual orientations. And when a candidate crosses that line, as so clearly happened, I have to take action.
And this is the second candidate dropped in less than 24 hours. Yesterday, the NDP booted Dartmouth East hopeful Bill McEwen over comments he made online in the past. He admitted to publishing sexist content on a website he hosted, as well as using derogatory language to describe gay people.
Last week, the Liberals dropped Pictou East candidate Matt McKnight. That was over a tweet made in 2013 where he appeared to be complaining about a customer and used the hashtag Down syndrome.
And tonight, the NDP appear to be drawing a line in the sand on what it takes to be dropped from the ballot.
A controversial photo has been floating around online involving Colchester North candidate James Finney. It's what's known as an internet meme. We're not going to show it to you, but it involves a reference to Jewish people and Adolf Hitler wearing bondage. Finney commented on the photo saying it was, quote, too funny.
Here's what leader Gary Burrell had to say about it.
My feeling is that it's a foolish comment, but at the moment in Nova Scotia, we're in a place where we face a sharp situation. We've got students with the highest indebtedness on graduation anywhere in the country. We've got the fastest rising rate of food bank use in the country, over 100,000 people without a doctor. So I really think it's the responsibility of political parties in this election period to focus on the crisis that is before us at the moment. I think that this foolish comment is a side matter relative to that main issue.
And we return to our election coverage now, starting with a reality check on a claim made by the Liberals. Paul Withers has been looking into a policy change to allow family doctors to open solo practices. He joins us now. So, Paul, where does this come from?
Well, good evening, Amy. The shift was signaled by Stephen McNeil in the first week of the campaign, and it's being pushed by his candidate in Hammonds Plains, Lucasville, Liberal Ben JESSOME, where this is a live issue. Doctors have been stopped from opening a family practice in a new pharmacy building by the Nova Scotia Health Authority, which is directing doctors into collaborative care centers with other health providers. Hundreds of people have put their names on a wait list hoping that clinic opens. Ben JESSOME says lifting restrictions will get more family doctors into Kingswood.
Ultimately, people want nearby access to a general practitioner, and we know that there are Nova Scotians out there that don't have a family doctor. This change in policy is one step towards making sure that we have local access.
So he said that the policy has changed. We've checked with the Department of Health, which told us there has been no change in policy regarding the recruitment of family physicians. The Nova Scotia Health Authority said it is not aware of any changes in policy related to physicians setting up practice in Nova Scotia. All medical practice inquiries are reviewed by the new MD Approval Committee, jointly led by Nova Scotia Health Authority, the Department of Health and Wellness, and the IWK Health Centre. On the campaign trail today, Progressive Conservative leader JAIMIE Baillie weighed in.
We have a number of examples of Liberal candidates who are making stuff up when they're out on the doorsteps. And that's not acceptable, particularly on something as important as people's health. I do believe that we should allow doctors to provide health care in walk-in clinics.
So the bottom line at this point that this is an election promise from the Liberals, not a done deal. Amy?
For that, Paul, the CBC's Paul Withers live for us tonight.
And staying on the campaign trail, and party leader Gary Burrell has announced the NDP's childcare plan. It would introduce a $15 per day system, eliminate all fees for families with a net income less than $30,000, and create hundreds of new childcare spaces. The PCs do not have their own childcare plan. They say they would go along with the Liberals' pre-primary plan, which will create free classes for 4-year-olds. Well, as the election campaign continues, people in one riding had a unique opportunity to get to know their local candidates.
That's right. In Dartmouth North, residents were able to speed date their way through the candidates.
It's part of a month-long process to encourage more people in the community to vote. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tammy Shields. I'm the Community Action Coordinator here at the Dartmouth North Community Food Center. So today is kind of going to be kind of speed dating candidate style. We'll have a candidate at each table, probably 10 people at the table. The candidate will have 5 minutes to kind of talk about themselves and their campaign. Then they'll have 10 minutes to answer some of the questions that community members came up with last week. And then there'll be 5 minutes at the end for questions. And then the candidates will move to the next table. And so everyone in the room will get a chance to talk to each candidate.
The system's never going to be perfect where there's going to be everybody included.
I'm Vel Oaks. I know that your vote is where it starts. So I'm hoping that, this Speak Up Show provincial edition will increase the rates at the provincial election the way it did for the municipal. I'm at least knowing the faces and hearing a little bit more about the platforms. Sort of thing. I mean, this election, I'm not sure. I'm like some other people here. Normally, I know how I'm going to vote. This one, I don't know yet.
Are you supposed to be in charge of welfare? I'm Jenna Peterson. I'm looking for an increase in welfare because I don't think that they really give enough to people who have disabilities and stuff like that, and how they're going to work in education into their plan. The education is so low here. My son didn't like going to school here because it was 3 years behind where he was at in Thunder Bay, and he wanted to quit school.
Next week we're making signs, and then we're having a voting party, and we'll all kind of go up to the polling station together on election day.